Hello all, Gino Cuddy here. I just came home from work a little while ago, working at Home Depot, and I arrived home and found a rather big box. And this is a box full of stuff that I had gotten from a pretty recent friend in my life, a guy by the name of William Bill Miller. Bill Miller is a guy that I've been sort of trading movies back and forth with. We both love the B-Westerns and the silent Westerns, so we've been sort of trading those back and forth. I sent him a package. His should be showing up hopefully this Saturday. Last I checked, it was in Arizona. Well, he sent me a pretty big box full of, I think he said there's 50 discs in here of movies and a bunch of other ephemera. So let's go through it together, shall we? So he sent it priority. And just for padding material, he sent rare something called the Loop, which I guess is their free paper that they get in their area. Let's see what we got here. The Lone Pine Film Museum. Of course, this is my friend Steve Latshaw who runs this. The Lone Pine Film Festival and the Museum of Western Film History. He runs that. He's the director of that. And it's actually quite ironic because we were just talking with Steve Latshaw last night on last night's edition of Heart to Heart, the William S. Hart podcast, which when I get my laptop back from repair, not only will this go up, this video, but also the podcast on William S. Hart. We recorded we recorded about two movies, Three Word Brand from 1921 and Tumbleweeds from 1925, and Steve Latshaw joins us for the Tumbleweeds conversation. So that'll be great when it gets out. Hopefully it'll be out sometime this month. I can't promise anything, but hopefully this month there will be an episode released. So yeah, this is a little nice brochure for the Lone Pine Film Festival. And just gives you a bunch of cool info. Nice little brochure here. Another little brochure. Bodie State Historic Park, Bridgeport, California. Here's a book he sent me. Forward by James Arness, Gunsmoke, Blizzard of Lead, an all-new Western adventure based on the CBS television series. So I guess this is a novel that somebody wrote, continuing the legend that is Gunsmoke, probably one of the longest, if not the longest, Western television series of all time. So that'll be interesting to read through this. Maybe I'll even convince my friends Nick and Clive. Maybe we can cover this on Literary as Fact, which is another show that they do. Maybe I can guest on that. Here's a book, Silent Films on Video, by Robert K. Klepper, over 700 directory of sources. So this ought to be interesting to look through. Yeah. Just gives you every silent film that's available on video and from where. It's not really a well, there's some reviews in here, but it ought to be interesting to look through. So yeah, Silent Films on Video by Robert K. Klepper. Lauren Payne, now a major motion picture, Open Range, No Place to Run, No Reason to Hide. So this is a novel called Open Range, which was apparently made into a Robert Duvall, Kevin Costner, and Annette Bening film. So, yeah, it was a Touchstone Pictures joint. So, yeah, this may be another novel that me, Nick, and Clive should look into reading. I mean, Lord knows we're going to have enough to read now that we're doing, that after this we're going to be doing a lot of the William S. Hart books and whatever stuff on him. So we'll have no shortage of things to read, but those ought to be interesting. On Location in Lone Pine by Dave Holland. Photos, stories, detailed maps to locations, a pictorial guide to one of Hollywood's favorite movie locations for 70 years. So again, makes me think of my friend Steve Latshaw at the Museum of Western Film History, which, though I have not been, I do highly recommend you visiting, because they have They have a lot of great exhibits and stuff from the pictures that I've seen, and they often run films. I believe they're going to be running the film Frontier Days, starring Bill Cody, from a beautiful restoration by Greg Luce of Sinister Cinema. So, yeah, feel free to, if you're in the California area, go to the Museum of Western Film History. And so this ought to be fun, reading through this. Some magazines from the Cinecon Classic Film Festival. On the back there, you'll actually see my friend Stan Taffel. And Stan Taffel actually recently performed a transfer for me of the rare silent documentary, The Saga of William S. Hart, which hopefully will be out either next month or October. So just be on the lookout for that, and you could thank Stan Taffel for the transfer of that, and you could also thank Steve Latshaw, of course, for funding the project. So this is basically a book of Celebration 60 Years in the Making, Cinecon 60. Not sure of the date on this. Yeah, there's something from Stan here. Yeah, there's really no date here, but the films that were playing for this were, let's see, Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm, Winds of Chance, Crooked Alley, okay, Boogie Woogie, Karloff and Lugosi program, Song of Arizona, which I believe is a Rogers, I think. Yeah, some pretty decent stuff that they played here. Film is Dead, Long Live Film. So this must have been just recently. So yeah, Cinecon Classic Film Festival collected magazine, I think. I think that's what this is. Yeah. And another Cinecon book for 61. Talking about Stu Show, Hollywood Legends, That's a Spirit, Bo Guest. Oh yeah, the talking about movieposters.ha, or as I like to call it, movieposters.ha. Yeah. Pretty nice. Even though I was never at any of these events, it's still pretty nice nonetheless to to have these. Oh, and this looks pretty awesome. This is a William S. Hart calendar for 2015 from the William S. Hart Ranch, I believe. So this ought to be cool, even though it's not 2015 anymore. Maybe when the years and days line up in this calendar, maybe I'll actually use it that year. Because, that's going to probably happen at some point. And on the back you have, something from the Friends of Hart Park. And just some basic information. I would have posted about this in the Heart to Heart group. You got a nice picture of his mansion there. A nice picture of him there, and his living room. So yeah, pretty nice calendar. William S. Hart. What's this? The Beverly and Jim Rogers Museum of Lone Pine Film History, 2007. So I guess this is another calendar. This one even older. The Cisco Kid and... yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice calendars. Visitor's Guide to Inyo County. Not sure where Inyo County is. It's probably like around Lone Pine. And here's a big behemoth. The Silent feature films 1910 to 36. And who wrote this? Robert Connolly. Oh my goodness, look at all these. This is awesome. This is really cool. Yeah, really, really nice. When I have the time, I'll take a look through that. Let's see what this is. Oh, there's just newspapers. And so this is really the crux of the package. Let me see if I can open her up. Oh man, look at this. Whoa, how do I even do all this? Man, oh man. Let me just put these down here. Just go through everything. Fighting Shadows, Justice of the Range with Tim McCoy. Riding Wild with Tim McCoy. I asked, by the way, I asked Bill to send me some Columbias. So I had him send me some like Buck Jones and Tim McCoy and Ken Maynard Columbias and some Hoot Gibson Universal. So, and some other stuff too. So that's primarily what this gigantic pile over here is of. So let's go on. Let's keep going. Desert Vengeance with Buck Jones. Western Code, Tim McCoy. I'm looking so forward to watching these. The Last Roundup with Bob Custer, which is silent. Galloping On with Wally Wales, which is a silent. And the silent that I've seen of Wally Wales, Twisted Triggers, I believe, was the film that I reviewed for Blazing Justice. I like that one really much. Really much, yeah. You could tell I just got home from work. So yeah, I enjoyed that one very much. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. The Revenge Rider with Tim McCoy. Canyon Hawks with Yakima Canutt, and Phantom of the Desert with Jack Perrin. Thought it would be interesting double bill. Oh yeah, this is an interesting disc. The Films of Al Jennings, which Al Jennings was basically a real-life outlaw who, you know, after his, I don't know if you would deem it a career necessarily, but after that portion of his life, he became an actor and produced films as well. I uploaded one of them on my YouTube channel, Gino's House of Rare Films, from the collection of the late Ralph Celentano. So yeah, really interesting guy, Al Jennings. Fighting for Justice with Tim McCoy. Oh, this has a lot of stuff. Western Courage, The Fighting Legion, and Strawberry Roan, with Ken Maynard. Law Beyond the Range with Tim McCoy. The Man from Texas and the Heart of Texas Ryan with Tom Mix. Cornered with Tim McCoy. The Last Trail with Tom Mix. Lawless Riders with Ken Maynard. Love Ken Maynard. And I can't wait to get into these Tim McCoys too. Because I hear Tim McCoy's Columbias are really good. I actually, before my laptop broke, I actually put in an order at Sinister Cinema for a whopping 24 titles from them for their $98 sale. So I actually got all their volumes of Tim McCoy Westerns. So These will be a nice companion piece to those. Daring Danger with Tim McCoy. This one I can't wait to see. Spurs with Hoot Gibson, one of his Universals, which I believe is an early sound. Heir to Trouble and The Trail Drive with Ken Maynard. Both of those have Ken Maynard. The Westerner with Tim McCoy. The Fighting Fool, it looks like, with Tim McCoy. Oh, he did send me this. Powder Smoke Range with Hoot Gibson. This has like a whole bunch of B-Western stars in it. I believe Buddy Roosevelt's in it, Harry Carey's in it, of course Hoot Gibson's in it. A whole lot of people are in this, so I can't wait to see that. Fugitive Sheriff with Ken Maynard. The Prescott Kid with Tim McCoy. And I should organize these by star when I'm done showing them off to you guys. The Fighting Marshal with Tim McCoy. The Last Outlaw with Hoot Gibson. Heroes of the Range with Ken Maynard. Can't see who's watching, but I see somebody's watching, so hello, whoever you are. Rusty Rides Alone, Tim McCoy. Shotgun Pass with Tim McCoy. Trigger Tricks with Hoot Gibson. Cattle Thief and Avenging Waters with Ken Maynard. Oh, this is going to be brilliant. The Whirlwind with Tim McCoy. The One-Way Trail with Tim McCoy. Roaring Ranch with Hoot Gibson. Western Frontier with Ken Maynard. Silent. Can't quite read what that says. But another Tim McCoy film. I'm sure when I pop this in, I'll be able to see what that is. Texas Cyclone with Tim McCoy. Corton Wildcats with Hoot Gibson. Oh, he did send me this. This is one of the only Ken Maynard 1933-34 Universals that I didn't have. The Fiddlin' Buckaroo. Can't wait to see these. Trailing Trouble with Hoot Gibson, not to be confused with Trailin' Trouble, the Ken Maynard film from Grand National. Man of Action with Tim McCoy. Getting down to the wire now. Another copy of The Fighting Legion with Ken Maynard. Two-Fisted Law with Tim McCoy and John Wayne. And Riders of Destiny plus West of the Divide with John Wayne. End of the Trail with Tim McCoy. Two more. The Long Long Trail with Hoot Gibson. And last but not least, probably my favorite double bill of all time, Tombstone Canyon and Phantom Thunderbolt, both with Ken Maynard. So yeah, that was... So let me just show you how ridiculous the stack is, okay? This ridiculous stack of discs that I just went through with you guys. Oh my gosh. And this is not even counting like the other stuff that Bill sent me. He's, not only this stuff over here, but also he did send me pretty much all of the Trailblazers films, at least the ones with Ken Maynard in them. There's one that he sent me called Sonora Stagecoach, which comes from the later period when it was just Bob Steele and Hoot Gibson, along with Chief Thundercloud, I believe. But I have most, if not all, of the ones with Ken Maynard and Hoot Gibson and Bob Steele. I can't wait to see those. So So he also sent me those. He also sent me those Trailblazers films, in addition to these now. So, Bill, I gotta tell you, my friend, thank you so much for sending this stuff to me. It's greatly appreciated, you know. I mean, especially now that the laptop's down and I'm feeling down because of it, you know, this will certainly, you know, keep my spirits up, keep me happy for a little while, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into some of these movies. It's gonna be awesome. I might even sink my teeth into some of them right after this video. So yeah, thank you so much, Bill. You're a gem. You're an awesome guy. And thank you all for watching. Check y'all later.